Welcome to Show on the Go. It's your boy Roscoe Squeeze Off with
Rich Blackman.
And today we talking about nothing. So let Rich go ahead and start this thing off.
So all right, y'all. So it's been a long time since we've been on here. A lot has happened. So many things going on in the world. So many topics to talk about. So much stuff going on. So we decided to name this show the show about nothing. And the reason why we did that is we're going to throw a little bit of everything in there. A little bit of everything that's happening, some things that's already happened that we didn't get a chance to touch on, and kind of touch bases all the way across the board. So that's why we decided to call it the show about nothing. So I guess I'm gonna start it off, man. I'm gonna go with the whole Astro World topic, man, that's going on with your boy, man, and the nine, now it's 9 deaths. It was 8, but a 9th person has died, and they're trying to pretty much hold your boy Travis Scott responsible. What you think about that, man?
Well, I think it's his history. From what I'm hearing, and I didn't do any research myself, to be honest, but I was told by my lady, who has been wrong before, but she said he has 2 other cases where he actually pleaded guilty to inciting a riot. Now, people saying that he shouldn't be able to start a riot, but when you're in control of a microphone and you have many people at your disposal, you can incite a riot. It's kind of like what they brought against the former president, Donald Trump. If you're telling people certain things and certain repercussions happen behind that, you could be punished. Now, I don't know what he said. I didn't see any live footage or any footage from it at all. Maybe you more versed than I am in this, Rich, but I think if it is what I'm hearing, where he incited a riot and it's happened twice before, this man could be punished and charged maybe with some type of manslaughter. I doubt murder, but some type of manslaughter.
See, so this is the thing that confuses me about the whole thing, which I really don't understand. And I've been following it a little bit, so I think I'm kind of up to speed. But what I'm trying to figure out is, how do you hold one man responsible for all of those deaths when he's on stage performing, when there should be precautions put in place? I mean, you have the medics on standby, you have the police officers there, you have people to security to control the crowd. You have all of these things going on. So how can you hold the guy that's on stage performing in front of 50, 60,000 people responsible for these 9 people all the way in the back? Like, shouldn't it be some kind of protection? Because I know if I was an artist, I don't think that I would want to perform anywhere if you're telling me that, hey, you're an artist, you're gonna sell 50,000 tickets this show, everything's gonna be great, you're gonna have a great time, you're gonna make lots of money, but if anybody gets hurt, it's on you. That's kind of not fair.
But see, I can understand. A long time ago, one of my favorite MCs said MC means to move the crowd. He moved them. He just moved them in the wrong direction. You know what I mean? When you have the microphone, you have the ability to get people to do stuff. People be pumped up. All right. Matter of fact, my niece told me this. Now, I don't know. She said it was like they named. She said she read something where they talked about 8 different times that people who were in control of the microphone stopped the show for different reasons, whether it was safety. And she told me something that Michael Jackson had one time stopped the show because of a bug, to make sure nobody stepped on a bug. Like, literally stop the show, because when you have the microphone, you have a lot of power. People listen to you, and if he abused that power, it might be punishment. Look, matter of fact, I just pulled this up. So it said 24 other spectators were hospitalized. 2 were in critical condition. more than 300 people were treated for injuries. That's a lot, man. I mean, granted, we already know it's going to be a civil, but if he's already pled guilty twice to inciting riots at his shows, I mean, the history sounds bad.
I just think it should be a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't mean to sound insensitive, because people have lost their lives behind this. But I think there should be a little bit more done to protect the crowd and also protect the artists. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. There should be a little bit more. It's a little bit more security measures or something like that. I mean, I could see if it happened right in front of him, right in the front of where he's performing. But if you're talking about 100 rows back, and I saw the video from the stage view, and I mean, it was so far back. Like, you don't want to stop the show for one person that may have just fell and broke their leg. You don't know what's going on back there.
But as a person running stuff, someone possibly appears to be injured. You don't want to stop the show for that?
I mean,
hold up. Not to cut you off, I got it. At the Lollapalooza in 2015, Scott was charged with disorderly conduct after inciting concert goers to ignore security and rush the stage. In 2017, he was arrested for a similar conduct after a performance in Arkansas and charged with inciting a riot, disorderly conduct, and endangering the welfare of a minor, although all charges of disorderly conduct were later dismissed. That same year, a fan sued Scott and the organizers of the concert at Terminal 5 in New York City after falling from the third level balcony after being dragged on stage and leaving the fan paralyzed from injuries sustained from the fall. Oh, this dude has a history.
But see, all of that stuff, I get. Legit. First of all, as an artist, and you're telling people to ignore instructions given by officers and security, yeah. If something happens, no, that's on you.
Keep this out. At the same concert where the guy got paralyzed, Scott was recorded encouraging other fans to jump off the balconies, claiming the crowd beneath them would catch them. And in 2019, 3 people were injured as the crowd rushed to enter the compound. Oh, okay, that's at the Astroworld. In 2019, they did the same thing. Yo, this dude got a history of sparking the crowd to do dumbness. And people, not to say they dumb, but are not wise. And a lot of time they get pumped up. They're in the moment, they're in the spirit. They're at the mercy of the person hosting it. And if you're doing nonsense and frivolous stuff, you should be held accountable, because this would not have happened if you didn't do the nonsense and the frivolous stuff.
Well, unfortunately, although I still feel like, hey, as far as people, you know what? I don't even know. I can't even say it because it just does sound bad all the way around. It sounds bad all the way around. And regardless of if it was a situation where he incited this situation to happen or not, based on his past, something's going to happen. He's going to take part for this.
His past shows, it's almost like, this is probably a poor taste analogy because of what's been going on in the world, for so many years. You have a cop that has been known to harass people, had many claims filed against him, maybe even had a minor charge, and then something happens major when someone dies. What's the first thing everybody says? That cop did that because of his history.
Yeah.
Same thing with Travis Scott. He has a serious history of getting his crowd, his fans, to do nonsense, and that coming at being very unsafe. And this time, it looked like it may have backfired to the death of 9 people and injuries of 300 others, with 24 of them being hospitalized.
bad. It's bad. It's bad. He's definitely going to take the fall for this one. I'm not
He going down. And I hate to say it, I hate to sound like that guy, that old man on the front yard, but maybe rightfully so. You have a responsibility when you have fans and young ones. And I don't know who brought a 9-year-old there, because I think a 9-year-old was killed too, right? Like, I don't know why would you bring a 9-year-old to a guy who cusses and carries on the stage. But that being said, you got a responsibility to your fans, man. You know what I'm saying? You know the power you have. You know the power of your voice and the power of leadership in that position. You got to be smarter than that. That's just my opinion.
I'm gonna have to go with you on that one. I'm not gonna lie, because based on his past, it actually kind of changed my thought on it. I had no idea that it was that bad, and it sounds way worse than what a lot of people make it sound. You know what I mean? So, yeah, in court, they're going to have a field day with this dude, and he's going to have to come out of pocket.
Have you seen any video footage of it? Because I haven't seen any video footage of it.
I haven't seen any video footage. I've seen video footage of him on the stage, and then the fire truck and the ambulance, like, off in the back. That's as close as I came with it. But, and I did see the day that it came out, I did see them doing CPR on somebody. But that was to the extent of what I saw.
So, what I'm guessing, that they may have confiscated it then, the police or who have you, the investigators. And I'm pretty sure that if they have, it's a concert, so they should have some type of video footage that should show clear as day, hey, jump, hey, beat somebody up, hey, whatever it is, that should show clearly. Now, if he was just singing his music and did nothing, that should show in the video. That should definitely show. But if that's saying anything else, if he's telling people, hey, rush the stage, hey, beat this people up, or hey, don't, do something wild and unsafe, basically, then he's going to be punished. You already know civilly they're going to, civilly be coming out. He said he's going to financially cover this stuff. He already said that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So what else you got, Roscoe? What else we got on the itinerary?
I guess really quickly touch base on the situation with Alec Baldwin and the shooting, of the supposed blanks from a gun, but then ends up killing a woman. And me and you discussed that personally. I don't know who you punish for this. I just say it can't be the actor, and I guess the prop guy, whoever hands you the gun. I guess you just do a research. You track that down. You find out who had this gun, who had it with real bullets. When did they load that, and what was the intent? That's what you need to find out.
All I know is somebody damn going down. Somebody's going down for this. Excuse me, my language. Somebody's going down for this shit. And I am not kidding. It's so weird. It's so strange. You've heard the whole fact of the conspiracy theory. I'm not gonna lie. I was a big fan of that one, and the only reason why is because Alec Baldwin, that guy is really, really well hated by.
Hated?
Oh, he's hated, man. He's hated by a lot of people, man, especially the NRA. But I mean, you figure like this. It's just too weird for me. Like, you and I got into the discussion. I never understood the fact of what's the point of having a gun with live rounds on set. I especially with all the technology that we have going on now in movies, what really is the point in that? And to your point, you were saying, oh, because it creates more of a real effect. Well, it also creates dead bodies. So, I don't understand why that should even still be an option in this day and time when you have all of these special effects. But,
hold the press. All right, I'm looking it up. And all right, so this happened on October 23rd, I believe. And their family is now suing. Somebody's family is now suing. And they're saying he wasn't they sued Alec Baldwin directly, and it's saying that he wasn't supposed to pull the trigger for that scene. That's why they filed a lawsuit. He was not supposed to pull the trigger of the gun during the rush scene that led to the fatal shooting, the lawsuit says. The scene did not call for the defendant, Baldwin, to shoot the Colt revolver. Dang. It's a Western movie now, but he wasn't supposed to pull the trigger in that particular scene. Does that change how you feel about it? If the script did not call for you to pull the trigger, why did you pull the trigger? Even though you might not have known it was loaded, why are you pulling the trigger? If you know it had blanks, suppose you think it had blanks, so that means it's going to make a loud noise. Why are you pulling the trigger now?
Doesn't change my mind, because I still have to I have to understand the point of having real bullets on the side.
But could you answer that question though? Because that's one thing I think they would ask in court. Why did you pull the trigger?
I would like to now put in my right of
because just literally think about that though. If it's blanks makes the sound like it's a real gun but doesn't shoot, right? All right. Why are you pulling the trigger to make that noise if it's not called for that in the script right there at that time? I'm not saying he had any intent of murder, any of that. That would make me wonder if that was my family member. I'm probably going to sue too, and I'd want some criminal knowing of what's going on, because why are you pulling a trigger that makes that noise if that wasn't called for? It ain't like you, if you're pulling the trigger and it's not going to make a sound, you just feel like squeezing the trigger. Why are you pulling the trigger and aiming it at someone if it wasn't called for?
Yeah,
makes you wonder. That just changed my whole mind.
This is going to be another tough one, man. I'm not going to lie. I really can't wait to see how this plays out. All I know is somebody's going down for it. Somebody's going down for it, and it's very tragic. But damn.
It is. It says the scene called for the defendant Baldwin, who was seated in a pew, to reach across his chest, draw a 45 long Colt revolver from his shoulder holster and point it in the general direction of the camera, according to the negligence lawsuit filed this week in Los Angeles by the film chief electrician Serge Stepvanoy, whatever his name is. The suit added the scene did not call for the defendant Baldwin to shoot the Colt revolver, which should not have contained any live ammunition, but he should not have shot it anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. It said it should not have contained any live ammunition, and where the lady was standing, she was standing behind the camera, like beside the camera. So he did point it at the camera, like the script said. Tough.
It says suddenly and completely unexpected, the plaintiff heard the loudest gunshot that he has ever experienced on the movie set. The suit states, explaining that Stepvanoy, whatever his name is, felt a strange and terrifying swoosh of what it felt like pressurized air from his right. He felt that he had believed that the gun that he felt what he believed was gunpowder and other residue materials from the gun directly strike the right side of his face and scratch the lens of his eyeglasses he was wearing. The lawsuit says he's going a bit overboard there. The revolver that Baldwin discharged was supposed to be loaded with dummy rounds, but live ammunition had been loaded into the weapon, authorities have said. Dang, he's still under police. But if the people that were running this thing didn't think you were going to shoot it, granted, I don't think you should be charged with murder, but there may be some type of negligence, manslaughter type thing, because why did you pull the trigger?
Tragic, man. Tragic. Tragic.
I think at first I thought he wasn't going down at all. This new filing of a case, if this is true, I don't know, man. He might get some type of trouble for this, because you had no reason to pull the trigger. Now, granted, you never thought a repercussion was going to be what it is, somebody's death most likely. But why would you pull the trigger if you're on a set that had blank? If it was supposed to be blanks, that means it makes noise, and like pow, it still shoots it makes a sound. Why were you even planning to make that noise if it didn't call for it? That's what makes you, that's the strange thing there. And then, so that makes you, that's what the investigation has to find out, who knew they have live rounds. You need to track that down.
Well, I have a very important question.
Yeah.
So are they gonna finish the movie? Because now I want to see it.
Well, listen, I thought from the jump, my lady had told me that they should stop making this movie, and I thought, well, hell, make the movie because everybody's gonna want to see it. Now, that's when I thought that Alec Baldwin had no wrongdoing. You just get the equipment guy, punish him, finish making the movie, give her 10%, give the families of the deceased and the injured 10%, 15%, whatever it is, of the proceeds from the movie. That helps those families move on financially. Granted, I know that's not the same as having a person, but at the same time, that is a help. You know what I mean? But now that Alec Baldwin may be partially guilty for something here, or at least have some fault in this, how you gonna finish the movie if he got issues? You know what I'm saying? But I do think they should finish the, if he's cleared, finish the movie. At least make some money. People, I might have never wanted to see this movie. Now I want to see it, just like you want to see it. It's a Western. No.
Well, I'll tell you what. From that, I want to segue into another Western. Did you get a chance to see The Harder They Fall yet?
I saw it. I know you got a love fest with it. Let the world know about your love fest.
I am, oh my gosh. What is it? Infatuated with this movie? I'm in love with this movie. The more and more that I've watched it, because I've watched it multiple, well, is it more than multiple? I watched it about 9 times so far. And the sad part about it is I just started watching it like 3 days ago. So it's pretty much been the only thing that I've been watching here lately. I love the movie. Although the movie itself is fictional, the characters are real. I felt that it was a great cast. I felt that it was a great storyline. I felt like it was the whole time had me laughing on my seat, in suspense, laughing again. It was a great movie. I'm not even gonna lie. This was a sleeper because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't watch Western movies. I don't like Western. It's just not my thing. The only reason that I turned it on was 2 things, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Number 1, it was an all-black cast. Number 2, it was an all-black cast. I'm not even going to lie. So when I put it on, the first 10 minutes had me like, oh shit. And I was on it from there. I loved the movie. I loved everything about that movie. Big up to the cast. Big up to Jay-Z for being the executive producer. Big up to Netflix for picking that up. I love it. My favorite movie of the year.
Favorite movie of the year? Wow.
Year 2021. Year. My favorite movie.
I've seen it once. I liked it. I wasn't overwhelmed like you were. It was a good movie though. I think it's an excellent watch. I'd recommend anybody to watch it. I'm not a person that, like I always tell people this. I've only seen Friday one time, so I'm not one of those people that watches movies over and over anyway. There's people just watches the same movie. I really can't do it, except very few movies in my life: Gladiator, Malcolm X, The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas. Those kind of movies I watch. If I just happen to catch it on, it's almost nostalgic. I watch it, But as far as just like the last movie that I can remember, I watched it once and had to watch it immediately again was Gladiator back in like 2001. But it was a good movie though. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I'd recommend anybody to watch it. I wouldn't, I have nothing bad to say about the movie. Had a little bit of humor to it. It was, the Western. They tried to talk a little bit like in the Western days. Had a little decent storyline. Just typical Western movies. Some people sharpshooters, some people not. But it was all right. I'd recommend it to anybody. I don't have that now. Best movie of the year. In a year of pretty weak movies, I'd have to ask the question: did Coming to America 2 come out this year? Didn't that come out this year? Earlier this year?
I don't even remember because it was such a horrible movie.
What? You thought Coming to America 2 was a horrible movie?
It was a horrible movie.
Oh my God.
It was. You know what? It was nothing but everything that I expected it to be. And when I say that, as far as it was nothing like I expected it to be, because I thought that it was going to be real funny. I thought that it was going to be a great storyline. I was super excited. Now, when I say it was everything that I thought it would be, because of them bringing back all the old cast. And that's the only thing that interests me a little bit with that movie, was the fact that you saw all the old characters, all the old people from the original. That was cool, and they kept a lot of the old things from the original movie in there. That was cool, but other than that, no. It was a horrible movie to me. I was actually pretty agitated that I spent money because I did not have. What did it come on? Did it come on Prime?
Amazon Prime. It was free.
Oh, okay. Well, then, you know what? I'm not that mad because I didn't spend anything. I thought it was HBO Max. But no, I didn't spend anything, and I'm still mad. It was a horrible movie. Horrible.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had a lot of questions. How do we record an episode? How do we get our show on all the apps that people will listen to? How do we make money off of our podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing our podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with some great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading you this ad. Anchor, we started almost about a year ago, and it's been a godsend. Like I said, it's a one-stop shop for everything. You don't have to have any experience, and it takes you where you want to be. So if you've always wanted to start your own podcast and make money by doing it, go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. And join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast.
See, we obviously differ on our movies because, like you said, you had the love affair for the Western, A Hard Day Fall. Basic movie to me, pretty deep. Now it's watchable. Nothing I want to ever see again. Coming to America 2, nothing I want to ever see again. But I thought I loved the way they did the movie to tie everything in from 25 plus years ago or 30 years ago, however long it was ago. That movie that I was a child that I watched as a child. They tied everything in. They brought everybody back. They wrote parts for everything. I just thought it was, maybe I thought about it from the artistic point of view a bit more than the actual movie. So it wasn't like the greatest movie at all. Like the first one I thought is I still say to this day, the funniest movie I ever watched in my life is Coming to America. I thought this movie did a great job to be 30 years later, 25, 30 years later. I thought it did a great job. I didn't think it was garbage at all. But I think the movies this year have been pretty weak in general.
Well,
Cruella was okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A movie called Cruella, man, like the Dalmatians lady or something.
Yeah, no, definitely was
okay.
not.
Now you got me looking at movies that came out this year. It was a lot of whack movies this year. I haven't seen Shang-Chi. I haven't seen Venom.
Wait a minute, hold on. You know what? Shanghai is the little the Korean marble hero too.
Yeah.
Now that was good. I'm not even gonna lie. That was another good movie. That was a great damn movie too. I gotta put it up there with
after your take on Coming to America 2, I'm gonna have to watch myself. I can't trust your judgment.
I tell you what, I'm not gonna even lie. You say you can't trust my judgment. I don't know where our friendship's gonna go after this call. Because Coming to America was the wackest thing I ever saw. Now you're gonna like that one movie, the Shanghai, whatever it is. You're gonna like it. But Coming to America, oh my gosh, man, I can't believe they did it. It was not worth all the hype. It really wasn't.
I don't know what hype it had. It was 25 years, and who had hype on it? It was 25 years later. You couldn't possibly expect it to be as funny as the first one.
I did.
I don't know why you would think that. These men are card-carrying members of the AARP now. You know what I'm saying? They were in a prominent life back then. You couldn't even put Mortimer and Randolph in it anymore because them dudes probably been dead 15 years ago.
I just expected a lot more from the same cast. I mean, you know.
Wonder Woman this year? Wonder Woman was last year. I said Wonder Woman went all that even. It's not. It hasn't been that many good movies this year. It just really hasn't. Now that I think about it.
Well, you know why?
Old sucked. I thought Old was terrible. Candyman wasn't all that. Halloween Kills wasn't all that.
Halloween to me is not. It's never been all that. I don't understand.
Never been.
Still this bad.
Right.
I get it.
Why won't he die? What is he now? He not human. Why won't he die? They shoot the man. They stab the man. They do all type of stuff. He gets up and chases them. And look, he chases them down while walking, and they running full speed every time. Like what? I just don't understand.
Well, with the new one, he walked out of a burning house. I mean, shit. You know,
can't die.
Yeah, what's this dude got? Fire retardant clothes? Come on, man.
See Black Widow?
Black Widow. No, I did not see Black Widow.
I didn't see that. I didn't see Venom. My lady said Venom was okay, but she keeps telling me I need to watch. I didn't see Free Guy. I guess I haven't seen some of these movies. I'm looking at a list of movies now, and I haven't seen a lot of them. I think Netflix and Prime now is bringing fire though. Like you don't need to go to movie theaters no more.
Yeah, that's true. Cause I got HBO Max and I love it.
Well, I mean, I guess I got everything because I guess I shouldn't put this out on live air, but I'm a bootlegger from time to time. At least for certain channels, you can find certain movies online. You know, not everything. You just do a little search. Sometimes you can find something here and there. Even, you know, so sometimes I do that.
He said a bootlegger.
I call it boot. If you don't find everything on Up and Up, you bootlegging at some point. You know, if I smuggle a cigarette across state lines, even though I'm a non-smoker, but if I smuggle a cigarette across state lines, I just bootleg the cigarette. I think.
Yeah, I mean that's actually real. I'm not even gonna lie. If you think about it, it's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, you still need to get better with that, bro.
Yeah. What's the next topic we got, Pop?
So, you remember the kid Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was walking down the street and
the AR-15.
Yeah. So, of course, he's in court, and he did his whole court crying thing, and how he was scared, and this and that, and this and that. So your boy
always scared when I'm toting my AR-15. I just be in fear for my life when I have that with me.
Yeah, not to mention after he killed people, you know, while doing this. Well, it seems to be he's in court. He's doing this whole crying thing and all of that. And your boy LeBron James was mocking him. And apparently, I don't even understand how this works. But apparently everybody turned on LeBron James for mocking this kid. Now, two things. First of all, in the black community, you're gonna be made fun of. And this dude deserved to be made fun of. Because that was number one, the fakest crying scene I've ever saw in my life. He would not have won an Academy Award for none of that. And I don't know who told him to do it. Them themselves should be shot. Because why would you tell this kid to get up there and fake cry like that? I mean, fake. You see this kid, not one tear is coming down this boy's face. Not one tear. And you want to rip LeBron James? Like that, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
LeBron James wrote, I didn't even know about that. I just pulled this up. LeBron James wrote, "The man, knock it off. The boy ate some lemon heads before walking into the court." Wow.
And I like lemon heads. And they do kind of make your face.
Yeah. He that bitter bear face look. But you know something? LeBron is... One thing about LeBron, he don't give a hoot. He stands for what he believes. He's not like, Michael Jordan always sold his stuff, and, he famously said, when they asked him about Republican and Democrats, he said they both buy shoes. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is not that guy. LeBron has always stood up for whatever he thinks or believes, regardless of repercussions. So I don't think it'll affect LeBron too much. He ain't like Michael Jordan that tries to straddle the fence because he wants everybody's money.
Well, he's done a good job at it.
Yeah, he got that money. He secured that bag intently.
He got it. He got it.
Is he going down, or is he going to beat it? Is it just another guy going to beat the case again? Is he going to beat this? Listen, when it first started, the judge said that they could not call the people that, victims. I was like, wow, why can't he call them victims? They lost their, they were shot by this kid, and they're like, but you're not allowed to call them victims in the court case. I thought that kind of set the tone.
Yeah, see, politics.
I've seen many cases where young, not to say I'm not trying to make it racial, but young black boys been in a case and they called them thugs before he's even found guilty. The prosecution is like, this thug and that thug and this thug. Like, what in the world's the difference here? Called victims that were shot. They're not victims that were shot. They're not proven to be victims yet, so don't call them victims.
I feel like he's not going to get away 100%, but they're going to be very lenient on him. I do feel that way. I do. I'm going to be honest with you. I really do feel that way.
He may beat this case so badly that he still can carry guns after it's over.
Well, I mean, the thing of if he gets off, he's gonna need to be in some kind of witness protection program or something, because somebody's gonna get him. I hate to say it.
I don't know. He'll move to the right. I mean, did George Zimmerman have to go on witness protection? No, he still walked the street getting in the crap, and it just is what it is. He sold a gun. He still got to keep the gun. Remember, he sold the gun that he shot him with. Like, nothing happened. Nothing changed for that guy's life.
But see, this is the thing with George Zimmerman. He made himself so hot. George Zimmerman made himself so hot that can't nobody touch him right now. But I really feel like it's going to be a situation where far, far down the line, somebody's going to take advantage of a situation.
No, it's possible. It ain't happened to George yet, so I don't know. I just don't believe. Once they beat these things in court, I don't think it's any retribution. We always say that kind of stuff. I can't remember a case where that's ever happened. They do what the heck they want to do, and it just they thumb it in your face, and then nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Name me the case where it's happened. I don't think it's ever happened. We say that all the time for something. You got to watch out. You got to protect. You got to protect those cops from Rodney King. Something's going to happen to them. Nothing happened. Them guys walk the street. Them guys in grocery markets doing whatever they want to do right now. Nothing ever happens to these people.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to be.
We in Baltimore. Freddie Gray's backbreakers are walking around free as ever, doing whatever the heck they want to do. Nothing's happening.
Oh well, but you know what? That's different because lots of money went out on that one. Lots of money went out on that one. So it was a lot of.
Nobody did nothing to those people though. Oh, this is a city that is predominantly African American. Supposed to be tough guys everywhere. Nobody did nothing to that guy. No, to those people. Nobody did anything. Nothing. That's my point. It never happens. So we say this all the time. They better be careful. Nothing happens. You do what you want to people of color. Nothing happens.
All I know is I wouldn't be surprised if you hear 15 years from now, George Zimmerman was killed in a freak accident with a cart in a grocery store. Something like that.
I would be so shocked. Now, I wouldn't be shocked that they got Alpo up in Harlem. I ain't shocked at that because we have no problem regulating our own.
That was street.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's still regulating our own. It was street stuff they did to Freddie Gray. You see what I'm saying? They broke his back in the street. Nothing's gonna happen to the people that did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing's gonna happen to the people that did it. But if it had been someone that, I don't know, maybe I'm going too far fetched with it, but just nothing happens to certain people. Alpo, you knew that was gonna happen. Once he started hanging around Harlem again, it was a wrap. Matter of time.
So what do you think about that situation with your boy Alpo?
And he was ballsy for going back. That's all. He was ballsy. It didn't work out. You don't realize you thought you was famous now. Everybody knows you because of movies and stuff. People that didn't know you back then know you now, and you think that you bigger than. Nah, you want us, player. We regulate our own. We might not regulate Kyle Rittenhouse or George Zimmerman somewhere, or but we'll regulate our own in a heartbeat. As soon as you thought you could come back home and start chilling, it's just a matter of time.
Wow. Yeah. So that was pretty serious, man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. That was pretty serious. I always felt when I heard the news about Alpo. Well, first of all, in case our audience doesn't know, break it down to him, Roscoe, who Alpo was.
Alpo was the real Rico from Paid in Full. You ever watched the movie Paid in Full, the Jay-Z, back then I guess it was Jay-Z and Dame Dash movie, about Alpo, AZ, and Money Making Mitch. They were about the three real guys who really were, getting money and doing things back in the day. And Alpo was going back and forth between New York and DC with Rayford Edmonds at the time, and moving a lot of weight and drugs. And when he caught his time, dude started snitching. He caught like life, and he ended up doing like 20 years, and that was because of all the snitching he did. So he was always known as a snitch, and then he got released, and they got him. He got murdered recently, like was it last week before, just because of I guess they call it retribution for his snitching.
And the crazy part about that story is when he got released, he was originally released on witness protection.
He thought he could go back home. He thought he was good. He was good, man. Well, that's my theory again. We hold a grudge against our own. You can't tell and come back to the hood because you will get regulated eventually, sooner or later. I mean, everybody that's ever done it, they will get, will get got. Now, maybe you might say Lucas didn't get it. Frank Lucas didn't do it, but Frank Lucas never told on drug dealers. He told on police. But that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? When you telling other people in the game, then you broke the code. You really supposed to tell it all. But if you're just telling on police, some people look at it as who cares?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. But yeah, they got your boy Alpo. I figured it was just a matter of time. That's really how I felt about it. I felt like it would just be a matter of time because he got too comfortable. He even had his own YouTube channel where he telling exactly how he killed.
How he told. How he did everything.
And how he killed your boy. And just everything, man. And I just was like, wow, he's just really walking around like it's all good. So I knew it would be a matter of time.
Right. All right. Well, got one last thing to bring in here, just because it's just this ain't really news, but this is something that me and Rich had talked about. And all right, me and my father, my lady, and my son will take a little ride out of town to my sister's house. And on the way riding, this is like November 2nd. Then we took 2 trips. So it was like November 2nd, and we rode again like November 8th or something. And we were playing Christmas music. I told Rich about it, and he found some discrepancies with playing Christmas music prior to Thanksgiving or prior to December. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. What's wrong with playing? I mean, all the stores are doing it now. Stores are putting up, as soon as Halloween's over, they're putting up Christmas stuff. They're playing Christmas music in the stores. Does anybody really care about Thanksgiving? What is Thanksgiving anyway? They say it's a day when the Pilgrims got what the Indians say. Well, you know that didn't happen. They was always slaughtering Indians. That never happened.
My thing is this. Outrageous. That's what it is. It's damn outrageous. Because, all right, so listen. I start playing, it's a schedule thing for me. I start playing Christmas music the first day of December. That's when I start my Christmas thing. I'm getting into the Christmas mode. I'm loving Christmas. I'm shopping. I'm drinking my eggnog that I shouldn't be drinking. Non-alcoholic, of course, until Christmas Day. But I'm sitting there and I'm in the mode. Thanksgiving to me is still a holiday. And I feel like it's a holiday where family gets together. You eat. You enjoy each other's company. And I feel like because the world is just worried about consumer dollars, they're completely trying to bypass Thanksgiving like it doesn't exist, because they want you to hurry up and get into the Christmas mood, because that's what they're playing the music for, so it can subliminally get into your mind to say, hey, I need to start shopping now. I need to start looking for this, looking for that, to get your money. I don't think it's right. I think it's unnatural. I think it's un-American. I think it's unconstitutional.
Whether you start spending money in November or December, it's probably going to be around the same amount, because if you're buying gifts for the same amount of people. It doesn't change from one month to the next. The one thing I love about Christmas, that I love more than, that's why it's my favorite holiday, is it promotes such happiness and fellowship amongst people. You know, most of the year, we live in these inner cities and cities where, you barely speak to people when you walk past them. And something about Christmas just makes happy time. It makes you feel happy whether you're happy or not. It makes you feel like people are in good spirit. And I love that. I wish we would start that earlier instead of waiting until the least amount of time possible to do it. People hear Christmas music playing that I get in my car and be like, what in the world are we doing here? And I'm like, what's wrong with Christmas music? What's wrong with happy, good feeling music? What's wrong with that? Why is everything got to be kill, 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 murder, 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 sex, sex, sex? Why can't we just listen to some, singing loud for all to hear, spreading Christmas cheer? Why can't we just do that?
Listen, man, I have nothing against that, man. But do it after Thanksgiving, man. After Thanksgiving, man. Give Thanksgiving a chance, man. I'm going to start a petition to stop, because I'm riding around and I'm seeing people with the Christmas lights. I saw a house the other day with a fake snowman in the yard. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm going to start a petition against early Christmas vibes. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to name it. I don't know how I'm going to work it out. But I got to start this petition because it's not cool. Let us
put your tree up. When do you put your tree? When do you and your family put your tree up?
After Thanksgiving.
We probably do it Thanksgiving Day, no later than Friday. I would love to do it earlier. Now, here's the problem. I've been here all my life, but I'm originally from Trinidad. So maybe that's why me and my family are so early, because in Trinidad, you don't have Thanksgiving. That's an American holiday. So right after Halloween, they jump right into Christmas. So maybe that's why I've always done this and been an early starter. But it's such taboo to people, man. Some people be mad about it. They break down their face. They don't like that at all.
Well, I'm sorry. I grew up in a poor household, and we rarely had a tree. Sometimes
Right.
I'll just be on the couch. Merry Christmas. So that's what prompted me to say in my life, you know what? I want a tree every year, and I want a real tree every year. So what I used to do was I used to actually get a Christmas tree right around the second week of December. You know, roughly that was about my time to do it, because I still wanted it to be fresh and, you know, have the pine smell throughout the house, and I enjoy that. You know, warm fireplace going, a tree. I loved all that. I enjoy that. But unfortunately now, since there's a damn tree shortage apparently going on. Yeah, man, it's I don't understand how, and they blame it on Corona. Everything's Corona. Everything's Corona. You know, you get chicken wing shortage, Corona. You know, chips in the car, Corona. Everything. So this year with and there's actually a turkey shortage too. Did you hear about that?
No, I see turkeys everywhere.
Yeah, well, no, it's a shortage. So you're not getting big turkeys because they're putting the smaller ones out. Hurry up and try to get them out, because it's supposed to be some mass shortage of turkeys. But that's a whole nother deal. But so that's
got 3 turkeys already. But
Huh?
I like smaller turkeys because I deep fry them. So I like smaller turkeys so that way I can give each one different flavors. We have multiple turkeys all the time.
Well, good thing you got yours played, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a mess. But yeah, there's a tree shortage and this and that and all of that. So I'm going to have to get my tree probably Black Friday, because that's when they're going to go out. So I'm going to have to hurry up and grab it, pay more money than I normally would for a tree that I'm probably not going to love in my life.
I was trying to look up what's the first. So a lot of people saying December 1st. Some people say the 4 Sundays. I don't know what that. So it looks like something religious. The 4 Sundays before Christmas is when you put the tree up. Like I always did it the day after Thanksgiving, or sometime on Thanksgiving night. But I know one thing. This year is gonna be strange. We got a new cat in the house. This cat's pretty intense to be a young cat. I don't know how she gonna act with this tree. This guy might have some problems. Might attack the tree.
I tell you what, that should be interesting. Keep me posted.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, man, it's been good doing the show. We ain't done one in a while. We're gonna start coming to you more regularly. The goal is to start pulling them out every weekend for sure. Maybe even put a few in between, but definitely consistently get back to it every weekend. Let us know how you feel about that. If anybody want to put any input in, like I said, we're always open to fans putting into on it. What you got there? Anything?
Nah, man, just, you know what? Listen, it was a little rough getting back into it, but I'm glad we're doing it. We definitely, like my man Roscoe said, we're gonna definitely promise you guys more content. We're gonna put more content out there, more shows, more laughter, more seriousness as far as shows, topics, and we're gonna really dig in. You know, 2022 is going to be a big year for sure on the go, and you know, we're going to really be pulling some things out our hats and giving it to you. So, you know, for all of our fans that's followed us thus far, thank you for always supporting and being there, and continue following us. And hey, man, tell a friend about the show, man. Let people know. You know, our goal is to be, you know, the best podcast out there, man, and we want to achieve that by being the most diverse podcast out there. So we got a lot of good plans for a lot of good shows, different topics that's really going to cater to everyone. So just be on the lookout for us, man.
That's what's up. Well, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for listening to the show on the go. Like I said, so our links are always attached. You can see all of our social media and how to contact us and reach us. You listen to our show on any platform that you do listen to it. We thank you at all times. Once again, it's your man Roscoe Squeeze Off with
Rich B.
Thank you for listening to the show on the go.
Peace.